Is it recording? I think it's recording. It's recording. Hello, sixth graders. It's me, Miss James. We have a little bit different of an angle right now because my phone is out of storage, but that's okay. We have this, and we hope that this is going to work. Lord, please let it work. We'll see. We are going to go to page 242. And the reason why we're going to go there is because we're just going to go back like a couple of pages. The last thing that I remember reading to you guys in Hey Kiddo is where Pat and Jarrett are walking home, and Pat's like, be cool, because they've got a group of people following them, and they're like, oh no. And this boy here comes up to Jarrett and pushes him, and he says, you was looking at my girlfriend? Like that. Jarrett's like, what? So if you look at the pictures, Jarrett gets smacked and hit and punched, and you just keep looking at the pictures, you see it like punch, crack, boof. Very difficult. And he says, let's get out of here. And then you hear crack. And now we're down here at the bottom. Okay. He says, this is Pat. He says, dude, you okay? There was nothing I could do. I know. Who was that? Not a clue. Oh, look at Jared's eyes. So then on page 246 is where we for sure are going to begin. Grandpa says, all right, you're late. Yeah, but you see his black eyes? But nothing. It's past 11 o'clock. Yeah. I told you nothing good happens after 11. Who did this to you? I don't know. Where did it happen? In front of the old folks' home. This is what happens when you go out. Now go to bed. And now to Dick and Albert with the weather. That's the news. Oh, you see his faces. Okay, so now let's take a look at page 247. For my grandparents' wedding anniversary, I painted them a portrait. I worked super hard on it. I didn't paint much, so that was new to me, but I was determined to make something that they could be proud of. I worked on it for weeks. I even spent the money to get it custom framed at CC Lowell. Today is a big day, right? Happy anniversary. 45 years with this honey bunny. Nothing but bliss. Oh, you're full of it. I knew it couldn't have been easy for Cheryl to have such a looker like me on her arm. But it's like I always said, if you got it, flaunt it. Yeah, that's the trouble with you. You always flaunt it, whether you got it or not. Well, how many of you have grandparents that just bicker and argue back and forth all the time? Yeah. He said, well, I got a present. I have a present for both of you. It's nice, Ja. Oh, it's nice. Okay, thank you, Emma. Oh, it's nice, but we have so many pictures up, so many pictures already up on the walls. We don't have much room. Who, who's it supposed to be anyhow? It's you two at your wedding and what you look like now. That's supposed to be us? It doesn't look anything like us. You're not that good. You know, this art thing, this is what I want to do with my life. This is my dream. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A dream. Page 250. When you're raised by your grandparents, death is just a part of the regular household conversation. Anytime you took a photo with my grandma, she'd say, if that comes out good, put it in the paper. She wanted to ensure that her friends saw a flattering photo in her obituary. My grandfather started talking to me about his will before I hit double digits. I grew up knowing that Joseph and Shirley, the two people who raised me, wouldn't live well into my adulthood. They are picking out they're picking out their gravestones for when they die there. It looks sharp. When I go, have them put me closer to the street so that I can sneak out at night. You're such a Still, I wasn't prepared when my grandfather said, "Oh, hey, they put the stone in," on the way home from Coney Island hot dog. Sure enough, we pulled into Hope Cemetery, and there it was, a tombstone with my grandparents' birth years etched into a space waiting for the years of their deaths. Oh, can we go now? You know, Jared, someday I'm going to be gone. And if you remember any of the lessons that I taught you in this lifetime, I hope that you remember to work hard. No matter what job you have and everything you do, give it your all. I will. And when I'm gone, make sure, no, I'll be sure that everyone will be saying, "Thank God that is dead." They won't be saying that. Well, you'd better not. Let's get home. Jesus, hurry up, Joe. I gotta pee. Jared, grab the mail, will ya? Yep. Bills, junk mail, and a letter that had a return address that stopped me in my tracks. I recognized the name and the return address immediately. It was my fault. Chapter 8, Lost and Found. Let's keep going. Bye. Remember, he hasn't seen his father.
I'll help you after.
Okay, thank you so much. He hasn't seen his father really ever. His father left him when he was little. Let's just keep reading. I'm not going to keep yapping. That's right. Holy crap, man. What are you going to do? Aren't you even, he says, "I'm not going to do anything. He wrote me a letter, but I don't need him." Aren't you even curious about him? No. This is like so crazy, Jared. Your father, after all these years, what's going on? Ashley, go play with your sister. Aw, she's annoying. What did Grandpa and Grandma say? I didn't tell them. They want to know.
Can you give me an class saying that all the
What class are you going to?
Mr. Martin.
Write it and I'll sign it. JJK, guess what, dude? I passed my driver's test. I got my license. Look. Wicked cool. I get my car this week, 85 Rivera. The thing is mint. Hey, you okay? Oh, it's nothing. I uh just got this letter from my father. Oh, like your father, father? Hey, John, dinner time. Oh, hey, Pat, tell your father Donnie I said hello. They're sitting there eating dinner. They're in silence. You can see Jared is looking a little down. So, my father wrote, "Richard Hennessy? Well, that's good. What did he have to say for himself?" He he basically apologized. He's a artist. Are you gonna write him back? No.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome. I threw my father's letter in the back of a drawer and forgot about it as best I could.
Bye.
Hello.
See you there.
See you third. We haven't seen you in months. Where the have you been? So I wonder who that is that they're talking to. I've been around working at the shop every day. Hi, Les. Oh, look at the mom's face. Hey, hi, Pot. Hey, do you think I could borrow a little bit of money to hold me over? Jared just got a letter from his father. Hey, your father got in touch? Well, it's about time. You know, all I ever wanted for him was to be in your life. I didn't want child support or nothing. I didn't want his money. I didn't want him to be my boyfriend. I just wanted you to have your father in your life. Well, I managed. You know, when you was born, his name wasn't even on your birth certificate, but his name is on the birth certificate I have. That was put there after Grandpa took him to court. when you were in grade school. Honk, honk. I gotta go. If you ever need to talk, I'm just a phone call away. Hey, Miguel. Hey, man, what's happening? What did Leslie come there for? Mm. That summer, I got my driver's license. I tooled around in my grandmother's 1984 Buick Century and I loved it. No cassette deck or power windows, just pure freedom. Oh, that makes me so special thinking about my first car and riding around with my sister, my brother, and my cousins. It was so much fun. All right, my senior year began and I got to work on my portfolio for college. I had my sights set on Rhode Island School of Design. RISD required 3 original drawings to accompany your portfolio: a drawing of a bicycle, a drawing of an interior or exterior space, and then a drawing of our choice. Mr. Shillel advised me not to include a lot of cartooning work, saying they'd be looking for work from observation, but how could I not include work that was totally and completely me? I also volunteered at Camp Sunshine that fall, a camp for kids with cancer and their families, and it totally changed my life. If you can ever volunteer somewhere like that, sixth graders, when you get a little bit older, it will change your life. I would really like to have my kids go like on Thanksgiving morning and like feed hungry people that don't have food, um, or do that like on a Saturday or something. I need to remember to do that. I was assigned the Orfeo family, a mom and 3 kids. The youngest, Eric, had leukemia. Imagine that, a 4-year-old with leukemia. The oldest, Jason, told me that I had been like a big brother to them that week, and that really hit me. On my desk, I kept a photo of me and those kids from camp. The more I looked at it, the more I couldn't help but think, what if I had a brother and sister? Like, what if my father went on to have more kids? He didn't mention anything about me having siblings in his letter, but if they were out there, what if they were out there? I would never know unless I wrote my father back. I mailed the letter without telling anyone about it. He wrote Richard, not Dad, Richard. Richard, it's been nearly 17 years. In that time, not a single birthday card. Oh, not a single birthday card, not a single anything from you. I've had an amazing life so far, and you've missed it. You haven't been there for a thing. I'm only writing you back because I have one question for you. Do I have a brother or sister through you? Oh, sixth graders, when you get grown, especially when you have children, do your best to whatever you can do not to leave them. And if you leave them, if you have to leave them, if you have to go somewhere, you have to go away, write them a letter every day, write them a letter every Friday, show that you care because this is so sad to me. He says, I was obsessive. This is on page 266. I was obsessive over checking the mail. Day after day, I would look as the temperature dropped. Then one day, amongst all the junk mail and bills, I saw that familiar return address again. But this time, I felt that envelope had a photo in it. Should we stop there? No, we could never. I was about to see what my father looked like. For the first time, I was seeing my father's face, and also my brother and sister. They looked just like me. The same eyes, same hair. Oh, that would hurt so bad. Okay, here he goes. He comes in. Turns out I have a brother and a sister. Ja, we're in the middle of a program. What are you yammering on about? My father. He sent me a photo of his family. I have a half brother and a half sister through him. He wrote you again? Why that? What did he do that? I wrote him back a few weeks ago. What in the for? I needed to know. I figured he'd gone to have more kids. What are their names? Mora and Richard. That bastard. He couldn't raise you. But then he has another son and names the kid after himself. He can go in his hat, as far as I'm concerned. So what are you going to do? I don't know yet. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the commercial break is about to end. Could you move out of the way of the television? My program is back on. I already missed half the thing. Dun dun dun. Detective Briscoe, we have the autopsy results back. I'm heartbroken. I'm so stunned and heartbroken. So, you know the tradition. If you are a man and you have a son, your firstborn son, you can name your firstborn son after you, right? You can name them whatever, Junior. And so, like, my son's name is Roman. My husband's name is Andreas. If we had named Roman Andreas Jr., that would be fine. However, if Andreas had another son from somebody else from years ago, like say that that person is like 18, 19 now, and he was actually his firstborn son, and he just like named him, like didn't even take care of him, and then had the nerve to name his son Andreas Jr., and he has Rome, that is heartbreaking. Right? But look, I can't even talk. I'm so mad. Let me just keep going. I'm angry. Holy, Jared, those kids look just like you. I know, Holly. I know. And Grandma and Grandpa threw a fit that I reached out. They were just upset that you didn't tell them that you replied to his letter. It's my business. Of course not. They don't, oh, I didn't need their permission to write him back. Of course not. They just don't want to see you get hurt. Are you going to meet him? I don't want to, but I kind of want to know my brother and sister. Maybe someday, but not now. As I was trying to figure out how to deal with my father, Mother's Day came along. Mother's Day was always a difficult holiday to pick out cards for. Oh, I know. It was easy to pick out cards for my grandmother. It always made sure that I bought cards that said Happy Mother's Day, never one that said anything about a grandmother. But for Leslie, none of the cards worked. You were always there for me. I'm so lucky to have you a mother like you. When I reflect on all of the wonderful things you have been to me, nothing ever fit our relationship. Hallmark didn't make cards that said, even though you did all of those drugs, you're still a swell mom. Or cards that read, hey, remember all that time you spent in jail and missed like every aspect of my childhood? This year I decided I wouldn't send Leslie a card. It was my silent protest. And then a week later, now listen, if I was a horrible person, I would say, let's stop right there. And I'm not a horrible person. So let's keep going. And then we'll be done. Ring, ring, ring. Hello. Thanks a lot for the Mother's Day card. You're not my mother, Leslie. Yes, I am. No, Shirley is my mother. I gave her a Mother's Day card because she's my mom. That woman is not your mother. I am. That woman took care of me, of my every need since I was a toddler. You weren't there for anything. Shirley fed me. She bathed me. You missed it all. Shirley is not your mother. Have you ever noticed that throughout your life, she's never been able to sign any of your permission slips? Because she's not even your guardian. I wasn't about to sign you over to that drunk. That that doesn't matter. She was there. You weren't. You chose drugs over me. You don't know anything about addiction. It's a disease. You're 17, Jared. When are you just going to get over it? You had everything you needed as a kid. Everything but you. Okay. Okay. We'll do like two more pages and then we'll be done. Graduation was coming up. As was often the case, I found myself alone in the house. It was a warm spring evening. I don't know what came over me. I grabbed my father's letter, took the keys to my grandmother's car, and I just drove. I rolled down my window when the Smashing Pumpkins came on the radio and blasted the volume. When the sun went down and I couldn't find his house, I stopped for directions. Excuse me, I'm sort of lost. I'm looking for 9517 Old County Road. You're looking for Old Rich? You're gonna want to go down this road about half a mile. You're not far. As I pulled into my father's driveway, I realized that it was 1995. I was 17, and his house number was 9517. It must have meant something. My headlights spotted two small figures, my brother and sister. Can I help you? Let's stop right there. Okay, sixth graders, we will mostly for sure finish this book tomorrow. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. I certainly have. I'm glad we were able to get one more book in before you become a big old seventh grader. And let's see what's next.